How's it going, everyone? Boxing Narrative. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it. So, a couple days ago, I already made a video about Bam Rodriguez going over whatever he's going on with his career right now. Is he staying at bantamweight? Is he going back down? Is he gonna fight in a way slash Jinto Nakatani? What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? And talked about this fight. However, it just now got officially announced. Jesse Rodriguez versus Antonio Vargas for the quote unquote WBA World Bantamweight title. And I wanted to make this video because of the false advertisement. And I just want to get it out there to let you guys know. And hopefully you guys can push us as well. And that's Bam is not fighting the real WBA champion. You see, Matchroom, of course, Matchroom's, they're going to promote, they're going to pick up their guy and such. They're saying that Bam is looking to become a 3 division world champion. However, if Bam Rodriguez wins this fight, he will not be a 3 division champion. Why? Because Antonio Vargas is not the legitimate bantamweight title holder. No disrespect to him, he's a good fighter and all, but he is not the legitimate champion. The legitimate champion is Seiya Suzuki. Now look, this is all on the WBA for making this mess. All right. To be honest, I'm not fully caught up on the whole mess. This is what happened recently. What happened recently is Seiya Suzuki got ordered to face Antonio Vargas, and that fight was apparently going to happen like in around this time. I think like late April. However, Seiya Suzuki was still injured after his fight against Nonito Donaire back in December, and he couldn't fulfill that opportunity. Um, because of that, the WBA has made Seiya Suzuki champion in recess, and now they just gave Vargas the full world title. I guess I don't know why. To me, I don't see that as fair. I just don't see that as fair. Sure, he is injured and such, but what they're acting like he's been gone already for like a year plus, and he's gonna be gonna be away for a year again. Like no, like he fought at December, and he's probably just gonna take like what, like 2 months, 3 months extra to heal up. Like, say Suzumi's not gone again. He's not gone for a year. It's not like Jamel or like Jamal Charlo gone for 3 years plus and such. Like, he's gonna be good to go in a couple of months. And let's say Bam were to win this, I don't think it's fair that Seiya Suzuki has to fight Bam to get that WA title that was his in the first place. It should be the other way around. If Seiya Suzuki comes back, then Bam should be degraded again. Should be degraded, and Bam should have to fight Seiya Suzuki if he wants to become the legitimate WBA champion. Now again, this is all on the WBA, all right. Even me saying this sounds confusing and such, and that isn't even the full story. Um, this is all on the WBA, all right, all on them. However, that's not the point. The point is, Seiya Suzuki is the legitimate WBA champion, and Bam cannot be a 3 weight divisional champion if he beats Antonio Vargas. Now, for this fight in total, let's just talk about this fight. Like I said before, Antonio Vargas is a good fighter. However, he's chinny. He's a chinny guy. His last fights, I think he's been dropped in his last 3 fights. He got dropped in the first round in 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. He's chinny. All right, this guy's chinny. No, I don't remember the last time this guy has been dropped in a fight, to be honest. And of course, his first loss, I think it's his only loss actually, but in that loss, he got knocked out in the first round by like a journeyman, by like just a regular old fight for a prospect. He got knocked down in the first round. So even though Vargas is a good fighter, he's a chinny fighter. So if Bam is this pound for pound guy, I mean, I expect him. He's probably going to get rid of Antonio Vargas. However, I would say Antonio Vargas and all those fights, those other fights where he got dropped in like the first round and all that, obviously he got back up and he was able to win those fights or at least finish the fight against Higa. That fight got ruled a draw. So if Bam Rodriguez doesn't stop Vargas, it's very possible that Vargas can push a decision against Bam, like push him to the 12th round and just make it a distance. It is possible, and Antonio Vargas does have heart, and he's gonna push himself to that level. However, I don't think it's gonna happen this time. This time around, I don't think so. I think Bam is another level to this, like uh, Higa. I think Bam has more dimensions. I think Bam can get Vargas out of there. I think he can. Now, after this, they say Bam's gonna go back down and fight for undisputed, which is, to me, it's ridiculous, to be honest with you. Because look, being undisputed can be cool and all, but who cares if you're undisputed if you have to fight with Baldo Garcia slash Andrew Maloney? Like, at that point, like, undisputed doesn't mean anything. Bam Rodriguez is already the man at 115 pounds. He is already the guy. Like, no one is disputing that. All right, well, Baldo Garcia and Andrew Maloney aren't disputing the fact that um, Bam is already the man. You know, it doesn't matter. He doesn't need the IBF trinket. It's honestly just a waste of a fight. It's a waste of time and a waste of a fight. All right. Bam fighting Antonio Vargas honestly is better than just going for undisputed, if we're being honest here. I think Bam should just stay at bantamweight. After this, fight Seiya Sumi. Once Seiya Sumi is fully recovered, you fight Seiya Sumi for the legitimate WBA title. Simple as that. All right, there's no point of going back down and fighting undisputed. Unless, I said this is my other video as well, unless if Bam does go down and he has one more fight against Kenshiro Taraji. If that doesn't happen though, then like you just wasted your time and everyone else's time, honestly. Because like, who cares about undisputed? It doesn't matter. Like this, just quite frankly, doesn't matter. It's overrated. Right here, it's overrated. All right, Devin Haney beating George Kambosos for undisputed. Like, who cares? You know, what else? Like Terrence Crawford beating I don't even remember his name for undisputed. Who cares? You know, what goes on? You know, um, like in those cases, undisputed don't matter. You know, Usyk beating Morant Gassiev to become undisputed. Yeah, like that matters. That matters. Usyk beating Tyson Fury to become undisputed. That matters. But Bam beating Garcia or Maloney for undisputed, that doesn't matter at all. It just doesn't at all. So I hope Bam can get in the right direction of these fights, actually challenge himself, and I hope he can really just show his true talent. You know, I think he's a good fighter. Bam is a really good fighter. I just want to see them out of it. I want to see the right type of opponent. I don't want to see a waste of. I don't want to see a waste of time. I don't want to be. All right, like these fights. You know, they're like an hour long. I don't want to waste an hour of my time, of a particular day, to watch Bam fight, and it's against a guy who I know he's gonna win. I don't care about that at all. Hopefully, they can give him a good opponent and an actual challenge. That's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, I just made this video just to let you guys know. Don't buy into the false advertisement. This is not for the WBA title. It's not.